Welcome to Wretched Rentals, a horror movie podcast hosted by Phil and Emily King. We come to you all the time. You get plenty of content.
All the time.
All the time. I guess right from the start, let's just, throw it out there, the elephant in the room. We haven't done a show in a few months, and we had some personal things to deal with, and we've dealt with, and we're back.
We're happy to be back.
We are thrilled to be back. We've actually been looking forward to this.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we weren't doing shows, we were still working on the show behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
So, we still think of you guys. I know you don't think of us, but we think of you. So with that being said, we decided to come back with a vengeance. Mm-hmm. We decided let's hit them in the mouth with a real horror movie. None of this that's funny horror movie.
An absolute classic.
A banger, as the kids say. Do the kids say that?
They might.
But a banger. We decided to do Emily's all-time favorite.
Yep.
1974, and if that doesn't tell you what it is, I don't know what will.
Tobe Hooper's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
So good, she tapped her toes while saying
it.
it.
Yes, it's my favorite.
Yes.
My absolute favorite.
Yes, it is top 3 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween's my all-time favorite. But, what a fucking movie, right?
It's so great. So, there's, so much about this movie that I love, but it really made me love the slasher genre. This movie for me is it. Scared the shit out of me then. Doesn't quite scare the shit out of me now.
We'll
but
talk
I
about
still,
that.
yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So, this movie, 1974, I think I saw it when I was about 14, 15.
Yeah.
When did you see it?
So, between the ages of probably 6 to 8 was the first time I saw it. So, it wasn't my first. That would have been Nightmare on Elm Street, which I love. Yep. And we've done an episode.
Yes, you can go back and look in the archives for that.
Little shameless plug for ourselves. So, between the ages of 6 and 8, and it scared the shit out of me.
I mean, it punches you in the face right at the beginning.
Yeah.
It gives you that documentary style, and at the beginning when it's showing the graveyard, and when the news report is talking about the grave robberies, and that there was a piece of art, black art hung on one of the gravestones. I mean, it really does hit you right in the face, right at the beginning.
Right from the beginning.
Yeah. So this movie is also very special to this podcast, because when we were first originally coming up with the idea for this show, we were originally we have 2 boys, amazing kids, and we were going to introduce them to horror movies from our generation.
Right.
And that was the original idea for this show. And we were looking for a name for the show, and we kind of settled on A Family Portrait, which is the name of one of the documentaries
about this film.
And we wanted to use it in honor of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So there's that little tidbit too, a little behind the scenes look at our life, I guess. We should do an episode or 2 once in a while where we bring one of the boys on and show them one of our movies.
See what they think
about
it.
Think of it. It's probably silly now. They probably laugh.
Oh yeah. So horror has changed so much over the years, and even with the internet and everything now, I think there's much less naivety.
Yeah.
So when you're a kid watching this, I don't know about you, but for me, we've talked about this, I think, a little bit, and you've even said, it feels like it really is based, they make you believe that it's based on a true story. So it did for our generation what probably Blair Witch
did for the generation after
did
us.
For the generation after us.
Yeah.
That whole style, that in your face, screaming and horror.
Well, when this movie first came out, they were very cognizant of it, where they were trying desperately not to get a rating X. They were trying whatever they could do. And this movie has this like lore to it that it's so brutal and so like animalistic and like violent, right? But like there's
very little blood, right? And so the camera work is done so well because
there's only 5 deaths.
Right, but it also is almost the point of view of the person that it's happening to.
Yeah.
So you actually don't see, though you do see when he first goes into the house, right, and comes upon Leatherface, and Leatherface takes the fucking mallet to him.
Yeah.
And then he's like writhing on the floor to mimic cattle, right? To mimic livestock, right?
Yeah.
Because he sees humans as livestock, right? Because they fucking eat them. So, I mean, that...
And they all worked in the slaughterhouse.
Right. And they were... Yeah. So that to me is always so terrifying, right? Especially when that huge metal door just fucking...
Oh, when he closes it?
Slams it shut.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, you can see... We'll get right into that scene, I guess.
Yeah.
Because that, honestly, that's my favorite scene of the whole movie.
It's so great.
Is when it's Kirk and I can't remember her name. They go to a watering hole and it's completely dry.
Yeah.
And I think they get lost and they're like trying to find their way back to their friends, and they come across the house and they knock on the door.
Oh, they're going to look for gas.
Oh, gas.
Yeah.
And they knock on the door, and Kirk does the thing that you of course do when you're in a town that you don't know anybody, and you know it's Texas, so you know they have guns and all that stuff, is that you walk right in. You just walk right in.
Who walks into somebody's house? I mean, it was the 70s, but even back then, you wouldn't just walk into some random house.
Right.
Where, you just don't do that.
You just walk right in. And right away he looks at like that far wall, which is like next to the stairs, and there's like, it's red.
Yeah, so that's the one with the metal door.
Yeah, but the door is open.
But a little thing that I feel like people miss sometimes is that white ramp going up. If you notice when he's walking up, there's blood on that ramp.
Yeah.
And he like pays no mind to it.
Yeah.
Ugh, yeah.
And so he like kind of like sees like, okay, there's something weird about that little room, right? And he's kind of like, let's investigate, right? He put on his like best Nancy Drew look, and he started heading over there, and like all of a sudden, like Leatherface just appears and hits him in the head with the mallet, and that to me is when like the movie is got this creepy feel all the way up to that point, and nothing really happens except for, like I said, the graveyard at the beginning, and then you have the hitchhiker, right, and then that, right,
yeah,
and so those are creepy enough, but when you see Leatherface step out and he hammers that guy in the head with the mallet, you're like, oh, we're in for some shit.
Yeah.
Now. Like, this is like...
It's about to go down.
Yeah. And it's so crazy because, like I was saying, like, it's not as violent as you remember it.
No, because...
Your mind makes you believe it's violent.
It's the camera work.
Yeah.
It's how they film the scenes. It's all... So, a lot of it is based on, like, hearing. Right?
There's a lot
so
of sound
it's a
play.
lot of sound play,
yep,
with the screaming and the metal and the chainsaw.
And
so it takes your mind.
And the pig noises.
Yeah.
And
it's supposed to overwhelm your
senses.
Your senses,
yeah,
right? And so it leads your mind to wander, and you're horrified at the thought of what's actually happening. Like the meat hook scene. It is one of my favorites.
Follows up right after this scene.
Yeah, and so the meat hook scene, I love it so much because you know what's going to happen. You start figuring out what's going to happen, and he just puts her on it, and you never see the meat hook in her.
Nope.
You never see it, but you just know that she's hanging there alive, and she's writhing, and he's got... What is it? Kirk on the fucking table where he slaughters things, right? Yeah. Oh, the meat hook scene is my favorite.
Now, I guess like that was like she was like in actual pain during that scene. They had her tied up, right? And it kept like squeezing so tight that she could only do like a minute or two at a time while filming that.
Doing this
because it hurt so much. So like her, You'll find a lot in this movie.
So you guys have to remember, it was a different time, right? But also, this was considered an independent, low-budget film. So it's not like they had...
$140,000.
Right. So $140,000, and it's one of the most terrifying movies in horror history.
Yeah, it just goes to show you don't need CGI or big budgets to make somebody scared. You can do it with a camcorder and a bucket of blood.
And sound.
Yeah, that's it.
In sound play. I think, that was also well done for me.
So, okay, so let's go back to, you saw it at, would you say, like 5 or 6?
Between like 6 and 8, probably.
Yeah. Do you remember, like, did you rent it? Did you see it on TV first? Let's go into a little your history with it.
I don't think I rented it. I want to say I saw it at someone's house.
Yeah. So we watched it with a couple of the guys.
It was probably like with a cousin, or you know what I mean? Like there was movies hanging around.
We rented it right up the street from where you were living.
Oh, our favorite video rental store.
And we watched it. So the beginning, it starts out with the narration.
Yep.
You know the narrator?
John Larroquette.
That's right. Dan from Night Court.
Yeah, Dan himself.
Yeah. He did it. You know what he got paid for to do that?
It was like a joint or something like
that. One marijuana joint.
A joint. And
he narrated one of the greatest movies ever.
Yeah.
He also reprised his role. He did a couple others. I think it was like 2003, I think, 2006, and then 2022 when they redid it in 2022.
Oh, is that the one where like it's the girls'
I think so,
family's house and he's still living there?
Yeah, I think so. So like he's done the narration since, which is pretty cool that they kept him.
Yeah.
Also, he also did the narration for a little movie called Life Force. You ever see Life Force? Patrick Stewart and like these like vampiric like aliens. Oh, it's great. I love it. I think it was like 84 or something like that. Good movie. We'll have to check that movie out pretty soon. So yeah, John Larroquette. Gunnar Hansen doing Leatherface.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you have Larroquette's.
Which, by the way, Gunnar Hansen, didn't the cast say like he was like the kindest, nicest man,
apparently he's a sweet man.
Very soft-spoken, very sweet, and he played an absolute horror monster.
One of the all-time greats.
And wasn't there something we were talking about, because he was a tall guy, right?
Yeah.
But they wanted to make him seem taller. Didn't they, like...
They gave him, like, 3-inch lifts.
In his shoes, right? To make him...
to make him even more imposing.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because he is such an imposing figure. Yeah.
Well, I'm only 5'6", so everybody's big to me.
Yeah. So one of the parts of the movie that I didn't really look at it this way as I was a kid, but as an adult is like, so Leatherface is in his house, right?
Yep.
Doing the job that he's supposed to do for his family. Okay?
Yes.
And these kids just keep showing up at his house, and he's like killing them, and he's getting stressed by this.
Yes, and
he's like walking back and forth. He's putting his
at one point he looks out the window to see like, is there any more?
Are there any more? Where the hell are they coming from?
When you think about it, he's evil. Right?
Oh, definitely.
But like these people break into his house. This is stand your ground at its finest.
Right. So like a cannibalistic monster is gonna kill you either way.
Right.
But like you just keep funneling yourselves into his fucking house.
Yeah. So we watched this movie last night again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just to refresh ourselves. And you brought this up during the scene, and I had never thought of it myself. And there really is a scene where he sits down and he's like.
Put his head in his hands.
He's like asking himself, like, where are all these kids coming from? Like,
what the fuck is going on here? Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good point.
So, like, as a kid, I didn't, you don't really look at it that way. But as I've gotten older, every time that scene, I just kind of giggle because he's literally like what the fuck? So, yeah.
That is a great point. Like you said, we watched this last night. Emily has watched this movie about 140 times, I'd say.
Oh, God, something like that.
It's so funny because, like, I'll watch horror movies constantly, and Emily would be like, can we watch anything but a horror movie? But if I say we're going to watch Chainsaw, it doesn't matter what we're doing. We're going to watch Chainsaw. She loves that movie. And so we're watching this movie last night, and she tells me, oh, here comes the jump scare. I'm prepared for it. And Leatherface jumps out, and she still jumps.
Every time. It doesn't matter how many times I try to prepare myself, and it gets me every time.
Every time. But you know what? That really shows you what a fantastically, like, put together sequence that is.
Oh, yeah.
It's, like, you see it coming and it still gets you.
It's so well done. Like, in particular when, what's her name? Is it Pam? Who's the first girl with Kirk?
I think her name is Pam, yeah. Hold on. Pam.
Pam. Okay, so I couldn't remember a couple minutes. Okay, so Pam, is it Pam? No, it's not Pam because she's Meat Hook Girl.
She's Meat Hook Girl, yes.
So it's Sally. When Sally is like looking around the room that she's in, and like there's that to me is also terrifying.
No, that is Pam.
Is that Pam?
Yeah, because she goes in looking for Kirk.
That's right.
She falls down. The feathers are everywhere. Yeah. The chicken is in the bird cage.
So the dark-haired girl is who I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Pam, and she's like looking around this room, and there's a live chicken in this tiny little cage,
bird cage, yep.
Like dangling. And there's all sorts of bone art, right?
Yeah, there's a couch.
Right. And so we're not talking, like, the first few that you see kind of alludes, to animals, right?
Yep.
And then you start seeing, like, the couch and the skulls, like the human skulls,
yep.
And all of that stuff. And she realizes, right? She should have realized sooner. I shouldn't be in these people's house. Why are there fucking feathers all over the floor? What the hell is going on here? She should have left. But no, I think like just the shock of it is, fight or flight, and she freeze, right? Yeah. And she froze. And so she's panning around this room, which is terrifying because as she's looking at everything, you could tell she's trying to make sense of it in her mind.
Yeah, she does a great job of it.
Right, like, okay, there's this chicken. Why are there feathers? I see some bones.
Well, it's also a good callback to the hitchhiker scene when he's like, when they're talking about the head cheese and he's like, we don't waste.
Yeah, we don't waste.
We use it all.
Anything. And he, like, I wonder if people miss that, like, where he, like, lights the picture on fire and does all of that and does that with a knife. It's like a prelude to everything that's about to, But and he's the most violent, I would say.
Oh, he's batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Like there's like Leatherface gives you a feeling of like he's a little slow-witted, and he goes and does what his people tell him to do.
He does what his family tells him to do. Yeah.
But the hitchhiker is batshit crazy.
Absolutely.
I mean, just out of his mind. But like you were saying, that scene with Pam, and she's kind of figuring things out, and she's like, let me get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And she goes back out to the hallway to get back out of the house, and he bursts out of the same...
And she goes to run out the door.
Yeah, and he grabs her around the waist and pulls her back in.
I love that, where she thinks she's made the door, and she's like, oh my God.
He's got his arm around her waist, and like, that is...
So great.
So beautiful.
So well done.
Yeah.
So much of it was well done.
Very well, like the practical stuff is great in this movie.
Yeah, just even Sally in the thorns running from Leatherface, and she's like all like going through all the thorny bushes and how he like kind of corners her in it. It's really, really good.
And she was really cutting herself up.
Oh yeah.
Like you said, this movie, a lot of the things that they did in this movie, because it was so low budget, end up like happening. Like when Sally runs through the thorns, she's cutting herself up in those thorns for real.
Yeah.
When Leatherface nicks his leg with the chainsaw, right?
Yeah.
And they do. Now he didn't really nick his leg with the chainsaw,
right?
But like they had a metal plate there, and because of the friction, it heats up and he really burns himself.
Yeah.
So a lot of the acting in this movie is actually them in pain. Like, yeah.
Getting ouchies.
Yeah, little boo-boos, you know?
Yeah.
When the hitchhiker runs out in front of the truck and gets hit,
Yeah.
that's fake. But like,
yeah, obviously. Oh God, but I also like, so there's, the dinner scene, right? Which is just, it's so great, right? So you have the dinner scene, which took how many hours?
I want to say it was like 28 hours or something.
28
like
hours to film.
Yeah.
So there were a couple of things.
And it was towards the end of the filming. I think.
Filming,
so they were like, they've been there for weeks.
Yeah, so it was like over 100 degrees in the Texas heat, no air conditioning, nothing.
They filmed it in the middle of the day with blackout shades over their windows, so the heat was like stuck in that house.
And the food had actually been out for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so they were shooting formaldehyde
into
and like
the food.
into the sausage and stuff like that, so it didn't like explode. So that was literal rotting meat, and everyone was hot. So imagine just the discomfort in acting that scene with no AC and that stench of rotting meat.
Yeah, so the guy who played the hitchhiker, Edwin Neal, I believe it was he who said that he had been in Vietnam, and this was the worst thing that he can recall in his life was the filming in that particular scene.
Yeah.
And that the smell alone between the rotting meat, and then the actors, because the budget was so low, they didn't have like spare clothing to use.
No, weren't some of the costumes like stolen?
Yeah, from like a laundromat, and so they had to find. They went out and found the same shirt, but it was like a size too big, and I think that was for Sally.
Yeah.
And she was like wouldn't wash her clothes because she didn't want them to get stolen or missing again.
Right.
And so between that and then like, I guess they had a certain like look to Leatherface for his costume, and there was certain dyes, so they didn't want to wash it because they felt they would wash out the dyes or dilute it, and it wouldn't look right after. Look two different colors.
They really did all of that well too.
Yeah.
And then his masks.
Yeah.
Like there were 3 masks, right? So we had Pretty Woman, which is the dinner scene.
Yep.
Then we had the old lady mask, which is like his domesticated mask.
Yes,
where he was doing like
cooking
housewife
stuff.
duties.
Yeah.
And then there was the killer mask. Yeah.
Which is what he's wearing at the end.
I mean, and is the old lady or what is it? The Pretty Woman mask. That's the only one with makeup and a wig too, I think.
Yes, that is the Pretty Woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those were so well done, and I can't imagine in that heat wearing something like that over your face, and it's just like sitting.
He said that like the actors, like when they would do like break for actual lunch or dinner during filming, none of the actors would sit near him at all because he's like as bad as everything stunk, he stunk the worst. Like so, yeah.
I mean, at least they kept it authentic.
Yeah. There were, like I said, there were a few things about this movie that made me think that this was like legit, like real, right?
Yeah.
One of them was it just has that documentary style film look to it, right? Like it constantly looks like somebody is like a voyeur and is watching along, right?
Yep.
And then the other thing is when Sally and Franklin, her brother in the wheelchair, the invalid as they call him at one point.
Oh, I know. I'm like, we don't say that anymore.
1974.
Yeah.
So like there's a scene where they're running away from Leatherface, and he kind of like right in front of them, right?
Yeah.
And I swear Sally shoves Franklin into him,
right.
Serves him up like lunch meat, like
right, basically, and then she just stands there.
Yeah, she
and
stands there.
You see this man with a chainsaw and a fucking skin mask, right? Your first response isn't like, I mean, I'm gonna go, right?
Right.
He's already got my brother. There's no.
Get
She
the fuck outta
waits to watch him.
Turns him into head cheese.
Right, and then she hesitates and then takes off running. The minute I saw this is awful, but like the minute I saw the man with the chainsaw, I think my first instinct would be to throw up and then to take off running.
What's the old saying? I don't have to outrun the bear, just outrun you.
Yeah.
Would you have? I mean, this is a perfect horror movie, right? Like it's not. It's close to perfect. Is there anything in this movie you would change?
That's a great question. Because for me, it really is perfect. Everything was done so well. I don't think there is anything necessarily that I would change.
Yeah.
I don't. It doesn't need more blood. You don't have to see the violence.
No.
You know what's happening, right?
Yeah.
So all of that was done so well for me that I think for me it is the perfect horror film.
Yeah, I mean, you don't realize how long it is between the hitchhiker and then seeing Leatherface. There's like a little bit of it gets a little slow at that point, but you don't feel it as much.
Right, yeah. It's like that little in between where they're in Sally and Franklin's dad's rundown house.
Yeah. I guess you kind of need that for the reason why they're there.
Yeah, to make it make sense.
I mean, so I don't know a way you could improve this movie.
Yeah. I think the only thing that I still don't understand is Grandpa in the dinner scene.
Yeah, that's and the whole vampiric part of it.
Yeah, so that was the only thing for me that I still to this day have no idea why.
Yeah.
I'd love to know why, because then I would understand that whole little bit.
It would make a little bit more sense.
Yeah. I do love go ahead, Grandpa, you get her.
Yeah, and then he keeps dropping the hammer.
Imagine being Sally.
Yeah.
Right? Having to fucking live through all of these horrific events. And she knows that she's going to get hit in the head with a mallet. And she's struggling. And dude just keeps dropping the fucking mallet. And she's having to, wait long. It's funny and terrifying at the same time.
If it was 1994 instead of 1974, we could have gave Grandpa some Viagra. He would have got that hammer up and got her. He would have hit it just right.
That's fair. I just don't understand that whole vampiric scene where they cut her.
And he starts sucking on the blood off of her.
And then he's suddenly more lively.
Yeah, I never understood that scene either.
Yeah, I don't.
So for a movie called The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, only one person is killed by a chainsaw.
Yeah.
And then two other people are cut by a chainsaw. Mm-hmm. One after death, and then Leatherface himself gets it on his leg.
Mm-hmm.
So would you maybe have added another person to get cut up with a chainsaw, or was that one time? Was Franklin's enough? Was it so shocking that the kid in the wheelchair got cut up by a chainsaw that you only needed the one time?
I bet for 1974 it was all shocking,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It was all shocking. It was touted as based on the truth and that whole thing. And then you have Franklin in the wheelchair and he gets
I think
murdered by a chainsaw.
I remember seeing that for the first time and thinking it's probably the same when you first see a child get killed in a horror movie for the first time.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I would not have seen that coming. And then once that door is open, it's open.
Right, yeah. You know what it is? I've watched it so many times now, right? And all of the horror after it, all the slashers after it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll be honest, there are some slashers that do it really well, and then there are others that are just so over the top that I'm I'm not even going to finish this one.
Are you talking about the terrifying movies?
Maybe not. I liked the first one.
Yeah.
I found the second one funny. I didn't know what the hell was going on. The third one, I think 30 minutes in, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, we've tried to watch it a few times, and
I just don't get through
you walk out every time.
The first 30 minutes.
It's ridiculously over the top for me, and that's...
Yeah. I will finish it at one point because I really do like the idea of Art the Clown.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, we're here for...
I'll get sidetracked. But yeah, so... I don't know. And there were other Texas Chainsaw Massacres after it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them all.
Yeah, me too.
I've seen them all.
You made me sit through a few bad ones.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are quite a few follow-ups that are bad.
Yep.
Though there's going to be a lot of people who don't like, which my favorite one is.
It's my guilty pleasure too.
Yeah, it's the one with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger.
Renee Zellweger, yes. And we'll see.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, it's a good take on it. It's a little over the top, but
yeah,
and the acting's a little wonky, but it's fun. You know what I mean?
It is. It's a good
Yeah, we'll have to cover that one eventually too.
Yeah. So I like that one. I like all the documentaries.
Yeah.
It really is just my favorite. So I could sit and watch it and analyze it. And there are some people who love all of the ones succeeding it.
Yeah, there's a few good ones. I love 2. I love part 2.
You liked 2, yeah.
It's so silly, but I love it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, 2 is okay. Yeah.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So, Leatherface was, he's like the villain that comes out of this where everybody knows Leatherface, right?
Yeah.
But I will tell you, the hitchhiker is the craziest person in the movie.
Oh, he absolutely is.
Like, he is a lunatic.
Yeah, so I would say that the hitchhiker is essentially the most violent.
He's the villain of this movie.
Yeah, he's the most violent one.
Yeah.
Leatherface is just like the pawn. He's told what to do,
he's the
how
muscle.
to do it, where to go.
Yeah, he's the muscle.
He's the domestic help and servant as well. And then the brother, who's the gas station guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like violence.
No,
but he kept he had no problem tying up Sally and poking her with the fucking broken broom handle.
Yeah. Forgot about him.
The whole way back to the house. Yeah.
He has some great scenes too, like when they
in the dinner scene where he's like, "Oh, I don't like that."
Oh, I like when they flag him down and they don't realize he's part of the family.
Yeah.
Okay, so Leatherface was based loosely. So this is billed as a true story or based on a true events.
Yeah.
And why it's built, they can bill it that way, is because Leatherface and the family art collection.
Yeah.
Is based off of Ed Gein from Plainsfield, Wisconsin.
Yeah. So I'm sure after they just did the Ed Gein series. What was that one? Was it? I can't remember.
Netflix.
Yeah. But so he's a serial killer for those of you who don't know.
He's actually not.
Well.
He's actually not, but.
I mean, technically. So it's based off of him because he would take skins and he made I don't know.
Grave robbery, which is a big thing in this movie.
Grave robbing. He would take skins of people who did he have a nipple belt?
He had a nipple belt, yes.
And he had a bunch
high fashion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Was there a lampshade at one point?
Yeah, a lampshade.
He had made a lampshade from skin, and then there was
the skull bowls
and the vagina.
Yeah, I mean
I can't remember what it was, but it was some female part other than nipples as well. But anyway, so that's where they.
Okay, so where I was going with this was, Anthony Perkins plays, Bates.
Mm-hmm. Norman Bates. Oh, so good.
And then you got Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. These are all characters who were based on Ed Gein. Loosely based because none of them resemble him exactly. They take little things.
The ideas.
Yeah. So they take the little things and kind of loosely base. So these 3 were based. Who did it best? Who are you scared of the most?
That's a good question. Hitchcock probably did it best for me. I love Psycho.
Yeah.
So well done. But I would, believe it or not, while Texas Chainsaw Massacre scared the ever-loving shit out of me, the idea of Buffalo Bill,
Yeah.
because that part was, it was just so well done. That's what happens with a big budget movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, that movie itself scares the shit out of me. And Buffalo Bill, the character of Buffalo Bill, the idea of him scares the ever-loving shit out of me. So I would say Buffalo Bill would be the scariest, but Hitchcock did it best.
It makes sense because we have a ton of lotion in our bathroom. So it makes sense.
Puts the lotion on the skin.
So for me, it is still Leatherface.
Yeah.
This man was like daylight. He's out there with this fucking chainsaw chasing a truck driver.
Yeah,
and
just zero fucks
given. Man.
Just
with the fucking killing apron on
there,
and
ready to go.
At least the other two tried to hide it,
Yeah,
I think that's why Leatherface scares me more than the other two. Though I guess maybe you should fear what you don't know. Maybe that's even scarier. Could be the guy living next door.
Right, the unknown is
Could be
scarier.
the guy laying in bed next to you at night.
It could be the guy with the moth collection.
Yeah.
Right, and the butterflies. It could be that man.
Did you Or
it could be Anthony Hopkins' character.
Yeah.
Also terrifying.
So
we'll have to do that movie at some point too. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
we'll make the boys watch that one.
Yeah. So okay, so we went through our highlights. We did those. What is your I would say, if you could change, one little thing, not through the whole movie. So the ending to me is absolutely perfect.
It's chaos.
There's chaos, the camera view, Sally screaming and laughing at the same time, covered in blood in the pickup truck bed. Yeah. If you could change one thing about that scene, what would you change?
I want to know what happened to the truck driver.
That's why I asked you, because every time you're like...
this isn't even a question. I want to know what happened to the goddamn truck driver. Right? And was the truck driver a male or a female?
He was a dude. It was a dude.
Are we sure? Because the name of the truck is the Black Maria or something like that.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Maybe that was the name of his company or something, named after his wife or his mom or something.
Okay, well, either way, I want to know what happened to the truck driver. Right? This poor bastard. He was not a light man. He was not a skinny man, a man in shape at all.
No.
And that man ran.
He tried.
Oh, he ran.
Yeah, he tried. Yeah, so...
And he never looked back either. Sally turned around the truck. He just kept going.
Right.
So, I want to know what happened to him. Was it because Sally got picked up by the dude in the pickup truck?
Yeah, she hopped right.
Yeah, she hopped in and they, but this dude, he was still on foot.
Yeah.
Leatherface got the limp in his leg because he just cut his leg and everything, but you know how slashers work. Mm-hmm. You fall down, you get up, he's right behind you again. So I want to know what happened to the truck driver. I feel like that's a plot hole that we've never gotten.
An unanswered question, Grandpa for me at the dinner. Why is this here? Can somebody explain this? Yeah. Okay.
But the ending is beautiful.
It's so well
with the
done.
Sun.
So she doesn't get carried off into the sunset. She fucking rides off into the daylight.
Yeah.
She literally.
You know what's funny is I think that moment when she hits the door to oh no, she goes through the window, and I think there's this moment of shock, oh my god, it's daylight, right? You don't, even you as the viewer don't realize it's daylight.
And what an absolute fucking animal Sally is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about all of that. She experienced the most horror out of all of it because she was trying to fight her way out of it, right?
Yeah.
So to me, that's the the best. She just kept fucking flying out of fucking windows. Do you remember she jumps out that window?
It's the second floor, right?
Yeah, and her face is like, he like looks down.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I'm not doing that.
No,
and he turns around and goes down the stairs.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I love that. But she's like...
You know what, though? Leatherface, you really feel like you get the scene when he's sitting down. He's like, where the fuck are all these kids coming from?
Right.
And then, like, he watches her jump out a window. He's like, these fucking kids nowadays.
Yeah.
He turns around and walks down the stairs. I get him now. As I'm an older man, I'm starting to figure it out. I'm like, I'm too old to go out that window.
Just, yeah, it was so well done. So if you, I mean, I'll give you my rating, but what is...
Oh, before we do that,
Oh, yeah.
we always talk about the taglines when we start. We never did it.
Oh, we didn't do it. Okay, what are the taglines, Philip?
All right, so a couple good ones. Who will survive and what will be the left of them?
Okay.
Then America's most bizarre and brutal crimes.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened is true. Now the motion picture that's just as real. So the taglines really do pull you in because you wanna believe that it is real.
Yeah.
Almost like the original Blair Witch Project, where they put out the documentary first and made you think that this was actually something I've heard about before. And then, like,
this actually happened.
This actually happened to these kids.
Yeah.
So like those taglines kind of, especially back then, kind of pull you in.
Right, it does. It pulls you in. Like, we were born in the late 70s.
Yeah, barely in, yeah.
Yeah, but I can't imagine...
Don't let the gray beard fool you. I'm still under 50.
Me too. I can't imagine. Like, I asked my dad, I said, all right, Dad, 1974, just to bring you back. So he was about 20 years old, 19, 20 years old.
Yeah, because this is even pre, like, Jaws.
Yeah, I said, did you go, like, to see this movie? He said yes. And I said, so my dad also loves, like, horror, sci-fi, creature features, the whole nine. I was exposed to it all. Godzilla, Gojira, all of it. But he did say, even though he wasn't terrified, he was a pretty practical man in his, like, that kind of a sense.
Yeah.
He said that the audiences were terrified. Like, he remembers going and everyone was, like, scared and horrified, and so...
Well, you know what, like I said, with the end of this movie where it's, like, light out, right? And it's the sun bleached and everything.
Yeah.
I think that does something to your psyche, because if you go see a horror movie in the middle of the day and it's dark, and then you walk out of the movie theaters in the middle of the daylight, you're like, we're good, right?
Yeah.
This movie doesn't let you have that moment.
No.
Because it ends on that as well. So, like, when you walk out of those theaters and you come out into the sunlight, you're right where the killer was.
So, essentially...
There's no, getting away from that.
It's what I say all the time. Don't worry. What can get you in the dark can get you in the light.
That's right.
Yeah.
And this movie, like, really hands you that, like, on a platter.
Yeah.
With, like, a dead person's head right next to it,
Literally. Okay, so what's your rating, Philly?
Okay, my rating for this is we rate these movies 1 out of 5 stars. I guess you could give it a 0, right? But we rated 1 out of 5. We put our ratings on our letterbox, and you can go to our letterbox to check that out. You can find our letterbox by looking up Wretched Rentals, or by going on Wretched Rentals Linktree. So go to Linktree, look up Wretched Rentals. You can find all of our socials, all of our emails. You can email us and tell us what we need to do better.
Right, if you guys
or if
have
you
a movie from video store era
that you want us to cover, or anything like that. So we put it on our letterbox. So we do a 1 out of 5, and we give ours, and then we kind of average it out and put it up there. You want to know mine. I would say that this is very close to a 5-star, but I would say this is a 4.5 star. Okay. This is it's not perfect, but it is very close.
That's a solid, a 4.5 is solid.
What do you give this?
5.
Yeah, I figured.
5 all day.
Yeah,
5 till the end of time.
We'll probably end up giving it a 5 on
An absolute 5. There's nothing more terrifying to me than cannibalism and slasher.
I'll tell you what, because I give this a 4.5 only because you can't give it a 4 3/4.
Okay, that's fair.
So we will probably end up throwing this as a 5 on the letterbox. This is a 5-star.
Solid 5.
This is a solid 5-star horror movie.
So what are we thinking for the next one, Philly?
Okay, so we have some interesting things coming up in the future.
Mm-hmm.
We've been, like I said, we've been working behind the scenes, right? And so we have some interesting things coming up, and we would like to do a movie that kind of ties into that, right? So I guess what we would do is maybe Stephen King's It, but not.
But we're gonna do Tim Curry, Stephen King's It.
Right.
Because that's my favorite. So we're gonna do that one. And we were up in Bangor actually recently, which is
It's about a 2.5, 3 hour drive from where we are from.
yeah, and it was so great and it was so much fun.
We had a blast.
Yeah, so we'll get into all of that in our next episode, why we were up there, all of that sort of stuff.
Maybe some of the things we did while we were up there, because it does tie into the movie a little bit.
Some of the things we did up there, super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll see you next time.
Do you want to maybe talk about Scare, New Hampshire?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, I'll let you. No, you want me to do
Yeah,
it? All right, I'll do
do
it.
it.
So we have a couple. We have a friend now. We've become friends through this. Who runs Scare New Hampshire? They take in donations of money and of old Halloween costumes for children whose families can't afford costumes for their children to celebrate Halloween.
They also put on a big haunted house every year.
Yep, they do multiple things
Yep.
throughout the year to
And
raise awareness and
This
money.
year as well, if you guys are in the Portland area, they're going to be doing their halfway to Halloween there, right? And
Yes, at Haddock Field and with the Portland Sea Dogs.
yep.
Portland Sea Dogs are doing their halfway to Halloween game, and they have asked Scare New Hampshire to partake, and they will be doing like a haunting outside of the park.
Yeah.
They will be
Like a pop-up haunting?
yeah, they'll have
fun.
donation stations. All donation stations. I like
Donation
that.
stations. So you can donate, money. You
Yep.
can donate old, in good condition costumes.
Yeah, because let's face it, your kid wears it that one year and then doesn't wear it again.
Right, because they grow out of it. So what a great way to be able to give to somebody in
Yeah,
need.
so they'll take donations there as well, and then I guess Jesse, the guy who runs it, is going to actually throw out the first pitch that day. So good for him.
So it'll be great.
Very happy for them. Do go on to scarenh.org. Check them out. See if you can help those kids out a little bit. They deserve to have a Halloween as well. And this is a good time to do it now, too, because everybody thinks about it around Halloween, but by that time it's too late for those kids that year.
Yeah.
So if you look at it now, earlier in the year,
So when you do
can
your
help out the
spring
kids.
cleaning and
Yeah,
you're trying to
there you
get
go.
rid of stuff, set aside those costumes. And also, if you know us personally, get in touch with me, and I will make sure that they get to Scare New Hampshire.
Yeah, we can definitely get that taken care of. They are great people doing great work.
Yep.
With that being said, should I tell you about Screamify?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, Screamify is an independent horror streaming platform that steps outside the usual studio maze, giving filmmakers a straight line to viewers and fans a fresh supply of hand-picked nightmares. Screamify bridges the gap between bold voices and horror lovers who crave something real, my fault, all without the baggage of broken Hollywood system. Screamify, eyeballs on screams. You should definitely check out Screamify. The price point is perfect.
And there is a ton of great stuff to watch on
Yeah,
there.
they do a lot with young and upcoming filmmakers, podcasters. They also have a lot of classics. There's something there for every horror fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I guess that's it.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
All right, be kind and unwind.